The end of the year is here and 2019 is gone. With that, it's also the close on the decade of 2010. These past 10 years have defined who I am as both a person and a creator, and I wanted to make this video talking about that time. But I realized that 2009 and 10 marked the first years I ever uploaded anything to YouTube. So instead of talking about it all, I thought I could just show you. This was my final year in high school where my love of movie making would allow me to further pursue my dream in college. A lot of what I made was either for schoolwork or even the yearbook, which I was the editor for. What I did for college was your typical goofing off sort of videos that, sometimes would have a narrative. There was so much that we made that I unfortunately don't have a lot of it saved now or know where or how to even track it down.
No fucking shit, lady! Does it sound like I'm ordering a pizza?
This year was the first time I ever felt I was going to be successful with my pursuit of film. I had made this short film, got a crazy amount of attention from it, and eventually left school to pursue that dream. After a lot of what I was working on during that time fell apart, it resulted in a more focused time for myself. And I eventually would pick up school again to finish it out. And I also came really close to being a contestant on season 2 of King of the Nerds. Hi, I'm Squall Charlson.
This is Akiba Red. He's from one of my tokusatsu shows I was talking about. He's actually from a parody series of Super Sentai, and Super Sentai is the original source material that Power Rangers steals all of their fighting footage from. So when it's got the American actors and they're like, it's morphing time, and then they're in the suit, about 9 out of 10 times, that's the actual footage from the Japanese show.
So much so that next year they had me screened again for season 3.
Check it out. I got a pee hole too. Whoop! No quick access.
Now, I didn't make it onto the show, but I was able to pick up a few commercial jobs and actually start my acting career outside of, projects for myself or my friends. My final year in school. Now, without this pivotal year, I don't think I would be the same person I am today. I went through a huge breakup, struggled with my overall placement in the world, and really just stopped fighting for the first half of this year. But this was also the year I got my groove back. I got my first film role, created a music video that would win a regional Emmy.
Anybody that's ever done narrative work out there knows how much work some of these things go into, and music video is just another higher level on that.
Overcame a lot of my fears and even started doing stand-up.
Her expression, 'cause here in my bedroom is my secret weapon. Chicks totally dig my sleep number bed.
Did my first tokusatsu video in a long time. I think the previous one I had done was like a dance video for TV Nihon in 2008. And it was because of this video, this transformation, that my life would undergo a transformation of its own the following year. But here in 2015, the biggest thing I think I did was create a YouTube Let's Play channel with my then best friend.
Just me or you?
Both of us. It's rolling, you ready?
Yep. 3, 2, 1. Are we recording? Oh, hi. Hi, everyone. Welcome to
Uber gamers! Uber tubers.
My name's Squall. My life's awesome. I just walk around, succeeding everywhere, all the time. And everyone's like, boy, Squall, you're the fucking best. Welcome back to Uber Tubers, I'm Phil.
I'm Squall.
This is only have a couple of turns left.
You just
Phil.
totally cut off my
Phil.
intro.
Squall has promised that he's going to edit that out.
Yes.
Yeah!
Pixelation.
Last text that Phil sent her was how you doing, girl?
Yeah.
Last year.
Yeah. No response.
I said send her the same thing.
Can we just talk about how sad this is going through my phone and be like, look at all these women who don't like to talk to you, Phil?
Oh, she's got an iPhone now.
Just as fast as that channel had started up, it was over. What I was left with was this amazing accomplished feeling of running an entire YouTube channel all by myself. So I figured, why couldn't I just do this all by myself, like all the time? So I did.
You don't get to see all the awkward. I only put in the funny awkwards, not the awkward awkwards. You're welcome.
All right, now we're gonna do the montage.
Yes, Weedle!
Yeah! Who the hell's been eating all my bologna?
And the channel you're watching this on right now was originally a solo Let's Play channel. And I don't know, it was probably like my 5th channel overall. Now obviously that didn't work out for this channel because, let's be honest here, there are too many out there and you don't need another one. I think the thing that really changed it was I had gotten this email from Iris Hampton that year, who asked me to join in auditions for what would become Power Rangers Ninja Steel. A month later, a list of names leaked online of those who had auditioned and my channel took off. So I started making videos that I wanted to make, like unboxings, dancing, even made some parodies that took off in the community. But this was also the same year I would spend several months working on this Ghostbusters fan film after an unsuccessful pitch, but we don't have to talk about that. It was just so nice to have at the end of this year this new space that I could interact with those who enjoyed Tokusatsu as much as I did right here on the channel. It was great. Now this was the most pivotal time for the channel because I wasn't gonna stay in Minnesota for the rest of my life. And after losing the Yellow Ranger spot, I figured I needed to be in California to work on my professional career more. I was even in 2 feature films as like a main character after doing numerous background and stand-in work on other features that were shot in the area, and I figured, you know, this is a good time to continue and jump to that. Because working on those 2 films, I realized that this is what I wanted to do with my life. Now as for the channel, I still had a few fun videos that I would put out from time to time. I did the collab with TokuNet, and overall, you know, it was pretty great. But I felt like I wasn't having a lot of fun and I needed to quit YouTube again. At the beginning of this year, I packed up literally everything I owned into my car and drove it across the country to California. It was really like a make or break kind of moment for me, and it worked out for the most part. I landed a job that I never would have guessed in 100 years I could have, and I worked for a few months with Funhouse. You know, one of the original inspirations to me even making YouTube videos was this channel, and every day I get to interact with these people I used to watch online, and it was a huge learning experience. It was bittersweet when it was over, but it really sort of felt like nothing was going to be better than that after it was done, if that makes sense. And it seemed like I was right because the job that I had to take after that to stay afloat out there had me editing for 2 of the most annoying people I've ever met in my life.
I wear Gucci, I wear Louis at the same damn time. Squall put at the same damn time. By future.
Squall, help me.
Daily vlogs suck. Editing them is even worse. But doing this every day, it sparked my passion for making my own content again. You know, something where I didn't have to cater or listen to the numerous hundreds of changes, but this stuff that I could make for me and, you know, sometimes only for me, and it would make me happy. And that's what I started making again on the channel. I did a few films while I was out there. I met Wayne Brady, who even gave me a bunch of cash. but it just didn't really end up working out, and it was all over before the year was out. And following that, you know, even in sometimes impossible conditions without, you know, the space or the luxury of being able to have a setup kind of like I do now, I still tried to make content. You know, I tried. This is the year I had the key to my own happiness and the channel. You guys thankfully accepted Lauren into the videos too.
Kabuto. Kamen Rider. Kabuto. I think they're all Kabuto. Is it Dino?
And now finally we're in our own place and we get to make content, you know, again, it's super nice. I just wish I wasn't so busy doing other stuff right now that I could, you know, kind of just make stuff. But I mean, I guess at the end of this, I just want to say thank you. Whether you're a viewer from any of these years, thank you for watching anything I have ever put out. It does mean a lot to me, and with that, 2019's at a close. However, there is one big thing that has happened to me this year, but probably gonna have to wait until next year until you find out about that. What are some of the big things that have happened to you or that you've done this decade? Let me know down below. And until next time, I'll see you there. A huge final end of the decade shout out to A Frozen Traveler, Timothy Cardenas, Soundboard, Damien Busker, Kiara Katsune, Ben Bartholomew, and Big Dog Steve. Thank you guys so much for supporting me on Patreon. We'll see you next time.